Henyard in court today over illegal appointments she allegedly made for several positions inside the village, among them.
I'm a private investigator. I've got some books that says Super Mayor. Inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District.
We've got a wild story for you today, and trust us, you won't want to miss a single detail. If you've been following the drama in Dothan, Illinois, you're probably already aware that Mayor Tiffany Henyard has been making headlines for all the wrong reasons. But things have just escalated to a whole new level of chaos. From accusations of financial mismanagement to eviction notices being posted on her door, it's like a real-life soap opera unfolding in the suburbs. Don't miss what's happening tonight.
Concerns in Thornton Township and a push to regulate what some call out-of-control spending by Township Supervisor and Dalton Mayor.
So buckle up, because today we're diving deep into the mess that is Tiffany Henyard's political career and her personal life, which is just as scandalous. We're talking taxpayer money, lawsuits, public meltdowns, and believe it or not, a mayor more focused on her image than actually running the town. Let's set the scene. Tiffany Henyard became the mayor of Dothan in 2021 and quickly made waves. Dubbed Super Mayor by some, she's been in the spotlight ever since. Here's the twist. Time in office has been riddled with controversy, and it seems like every month brings a new scandal. Whether it's her extravagant spending, questionable use of taxpayer dollars, or constant clashes with the village trustees, Henyard has been in the hot seat for quite some time. And guess what? Things are only getting worse. Let's start with the latest bombshell. A Township of Thornton meeting that completely went off the... See, Henyard isn't just the mayor of Dalton. She's also the supervisor of Thornton Township, which means she's juggling a lot of responsibilities. During this meeting, she proposed a $2 million tax refund for homeowners in the township. Sounds good, right? Well, not so fast. Henyard didn't provide any details about who would receive the money or how much each person would get. It was just a vague promise with no real plan behind it.
Meeting because business has not gotten done at 2 previous meetings, so that's some progress there, but this meeting was not.
That's when things started to unravel. Trustee Chris Gonzalez wasn't having any of it. He let the meeting run long enough to pay the bills and handle some essential business. When it came time to discuss Henyard's vague tax refund proposal, he had enough. Got up and walked out. Yep, he literally just left, effectively ending the meeting since there were no longer enough board members to continue. Talk about a power move.
We here to handle the business, not let the business handle us. That's what we are elected to do, sir.
Walkout left Henyard standing there with a handful of her supporters, desperately trying to salvage what was left of the meeting. She kept speaking, telling the remaining attendees that they were there to handle business, but the damage had already been done. The lack of transparency and the disorganization left a sour taste in everyone's mouth. Believe us, this was just the start of a very rough week for Henyard.
Some things as the supervisor, there will be no comments, there will be anything, it will be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
Oh, how bad has it been for the mayor? Well, let's rewind a bit. Henyard's term has been marked by a series of questionable decisions that have left many people scratching their heads. For starters, she's been accused of using taxpayer money for personal expenses. We're talking thousands of dollars spent on trips, fine dining, and even stays at high-end hotels like the Four Seasons in Atlanta and the Marriott Marquis in New York. And get this, some of those trips were funded by the township, not Dalton. But it doesn't end there. Henyard has also been accused of using town resources to pay for her personal social media accounts and even throwing lavish parties, yes, parties, using public funds. One report claims she spent around $85,000 on a party featuring R&B singer Keisha Cole and rapper Jay Holiday.
For a year now, we've been reporting on questionable spending by a South suburban politician named Tiffany Henyard, but we only knew half the.
And speaking of that deficit, let's not forget about the investigation launched by former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot into Dalton's finances. The initial findings were nothing short of jaw-dropping. According to Lightfoot, Dalton's general fund balance was $561 million in 2022, but by May 2024, it had plummeted to a deficit of $365 million. That's a massive drop, folks. Lightfoot's report didn't hold back, revealing that Henyard had used village credit cards to make purchases at places like Amazon, Target, Walgreens, and Wayfair. One particularly shocking purchase was a whopping $43,000 spent on Amazon in January of 2023. What could she possibly have needed for that amount on Amazon? Trustee Piana Belcher didn't mince words when reacting to the report, calling it a slap in the face to the community. And she's right. Residents in Dalton are fed up, and it's easy to see why. One Dalton resident, Andrea McKay, said she was devastated to learn how Henyard had been spending taxpayer money. Former trustee Valeria Stubbs went even further, stating that Tiffany needs to be held accountable.
The way that the government always does it is to go and investigate people around her, and that's what they're doing.
Henyard's leadership style has also come under fire. She's been criticized for her erratic behavior at public meetings, where she's known to arrive late, leave early, and shut down discussions that don't go her way. In one particularly infamous moment, Henyard showed up dressed as Nino Brown, a character from the movie New Jack City, complete with a stuffed dog. To top it off, she had a DJ play Rihanna's BL Teach Better Have My Money as she walked into the room. Residents were stunned, and many saw it as a clear indication that Henyard wasn't taking her role seriously. Beyond the theatrics, her actions have left many questioning whether she's fit to lead at all. And if you thought things couldn't get any worse for Henyard, think again. She's now facing an eviction notice. The mayor of Dalton is reportedly behind on her rent, and her landlord, Janetta Hull, has had enough. According to Hull, Henyard and her boyfriend, Kamal Woods, haven't paid rent since August. Hull even claims that Henyard changed the locks on the house to keep her out.
Landlord showed up here to see her tenant in person after she says Henyard has been dodging both her and rent payments.
Henyard and her boyfriend have been dodging the eviction notice. The County Sheriff's Department has tried to serve the papers, but so far, no luck. According to Hull, she's had to hire a process server just to track them down. A total nightmare for the landlord. Once considered Henyard a friend, and that's not all. Henyard is also under investigation by the FBI for her spending habits. It seems like everywhere she turns, there's another scandal ready to explode. Allegations of forging checks to withholding financial records, Henyard is in deep trouble. Yet, despite it all, she's still doubling down, insisting she's done nothing wrong and claiming she's the victim.
Y'all are a disgrace.
We're watching the fall of this administration.
Bizarre attempt to deflect criticism, Henyard remarked, "Because I'm a black woman in power, you all should be ashamed of yourselves." That didn't sit well with the residents, who are far more concerned with how their tax dollars are being spent than with Henyard's identity politics. Henyard's behavior at meetings has been anything but professional. She's been seen yelling at trustees, storming out of meetings, and even threatening to have her opponents removed. Betterview 9 residents are left wondering where all this money has gone. But so far, Henyard hasn't provided any real answers. Instead, she's deflecting, blaming others, and playing the victim. But here's the kicker. Despite everything, Henyard recently announced that she's running for re-election. Yes, you heard that right. She's not backing down. In fact, she's doubling down, telling her supporters on Facebook that she's confident the voters will give her overwhelming support.
And there's a time to hold people responsible and accountable for them.
Henyard is running alongside a slate of candidates called the Clean House Team, and they're determined to bring accountability back to Dalton. In a recent interview, House, a member of the team, said, "We look forward to Election Day and hope the residents will vote for us to continue doing the work we've been doing."
Very appreciative to receive the information today. We have the best mayor ever. I've been here since 1993.
It's clear that House and his team are ready to challenge Henyard. Whether the voters will side with them is still up in the air. What do you think? Tiffany Henyard on her way out? Will she somehow survive this latest round of scandals? The residents of Dalton will give her another term? Or is it time for fresh leadership? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this